Amazing run. Let's go.
Call our meeting to order, and doing that, we'd like for Lonnie Webb with the Cumberland Presbyterian Church to offer our prayer.
Dear Father, as we come together tonight, first of all, give you thanks and praise. For this is the day that you have made. We choose to rejoice and be glad in it. I thank you for this city council. I thank you for our mayor with a vision and a purpose for your people perish without a vision. I thank you that you're giving new direction. I pray that you would continue to give wisdom from above, and that we would not rest upon the laurels of our victories of the past. We would appreciate history, but we would look forward to what you have for us. New things, new insight, give continued guidance in Christ's name. Amen.
And the Pledge of Allegiance, Councilman Stewart.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Welcome, everyone. Our regular meeting of the Clinton Hospital Authority, Recreational Authority, and the Public Works Authority. You all have received your consent agenda. Do you hear a motion? Make a motion.
I do have a question. When we are approving these consent agendas, are we specifically the claims? Are we approving the claims for those particular authorities?
Yeah.
For those? Okay.
For those authorities.
For those authorities.
I thought we were. I just.
Is there anything specific?
You're asking whenever it's divided up like this, and you have all of them listed together? Yes.
Yes.
All three are.
Everything is called is what you're approving.
Yes.
Do you have anything specific?
No, not for those authorities.
Okay. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second, okay.
Trustee Stewart?
Yes.
Trustee Rudolph?
Yes.
Trustee Hewland?
Yes.
And Chairman?
Yes. All right. B, is that considered claims here?
That was inclusive.
Inclusive of that, okay. Action items. There are none. And do we have any trustee reports or any comments from trustees in these particular authorities? The city manager is not present tonight, so there is no report. And do I hear a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second.
Trustee Hewland?
Yes.
Trustee Stewart?
Yes.
Trustee Rudolph?
Yes.
And Chairman?
Yes. Call to order the regular meeting of the Clinton Airport Authority. You have received your consent agenda. Do I hear a motion?
So moved. Second.
Trustee Hewland?
Yes.
Trustee Rudolph?
Yes.
Trustee Stewart?
Yes.
And Chairman?
Yes. All right, we have one action item. Consider amendment number 5 to owner engineer agreement with CEC regarding install medium intensity runway lights and PAPI's OACCLK 18S. Tracy, you're gonna explain all that to us?
Here.
Come from right up here. Probably you would, thank you.
Basically, all this is an amendment with our engineers right now. We have an Oklahoma Aeronautics Commission grant. So it's a state grant, it's a 95.5 grant. This is for new LED runway lights and PAPIs. So this is basically what you have there is, we just have to do an amendment because it's an additional service that they're doing for us.
Okay, so you're asking us to amend the original
And yes, this is an addition, yes.
to allow this.
Yes.
When are they going to install the lights?
The design is going to be this year, and next year will be the installation.
Okay.
Any question, Councilman?
Certainly seems like it's nonstop construction out there.
We'll take all the grants we can
Absolutely.
get.
95,000.
I make a motion we approve the grant, or what was it? Amendment.
Trustee Hulen?
Yes.
Trustee Stewart?
Yes.
Trustee Rudolph?
Yes.
And Chairman?
Yes. All right, any comments within this area by trustees? And do I hear a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second.
Trustee Hulen?
Yes.
Trustee Stewart?
Yes.
Trustee Rudolph?
Yes.
And Chairman?
Yes. Call to order the public meeting, regular meeting of the Clinton Solid Waste Authority. You all have received your consent agenda, minutes, and claims. Do I hear a motion?
So moved. Second.
Trustee Hulen?
Yes.
Trustee Rudolph?
Yes.
Trustee Stewart?
Yes.
And Chairman?
Yes. We have two. Action item A, which is request authorization to go to bid on chassis and Packer body truck. So, are you addressing that?
Yeah.
Okay.
I guess might as well talk about both items while I'm up here, but
All right.
this is, we'd like to go out to bid on a new trash truck. We've got two 97s that we're gonna trade in. The truck we bought last year, we kept one of the 97 Internationals for parts for the one that we're running now. And the one we're running now is in need of retiring, so.
It's a budget item.
We've got a budget, yeah.
And you're going to just offer this, to go out to bids on this particular recommendation?
Yes.
I move we authorize you to go out for bid on the chassis and Packer body truck.
I second that motion.
You want to do that too?
Trustee Rudolph?
Yes.
Trustee Hulen?
Yes.
Trustee Stewart? And Chairman?
Yes. Consider and take action on surplusing two of the 1997 International trucks to be traded in on the purchase of a new truck.
These are the 97 Internationals that we've got now. One of them is not really operable, the other one is still running.
You surplus them, then you just make them ready for future
Well,
auctions or?
We'll probably work a trade with whoever gets the bid on the truck. They usually take old ones, so,
There's not much trade value in either one of these though.
no,
One being inoperable.
no, and
And
they're old and well used.
They're just the truck bodies themselves. They don't have the,
They've got a packer.
they do,
Yeah.
But do they take them physically away from here? I mean, whoever we buy, I get there.
Is that, are we talking about 3 trucks or 2 trucks on that? Are we still gonna be stuck with the 97?
No, well, the 97s will be gone.
I'd make a motion we allow them to surplus the two 97 International trucks. Second.
Trustee Hulen?
Yes.
Trustee Rudolph?
Yes.
Trustee Stewart?
Yes.
And Chairman?
Yes. Thanks, Donald. Okay, any comments within this particular authority? All right, do I have a motion to adjourn?
Yes. So, second.
Trustee Hulen?
Yes.
Trustee Rudolph?
Yes.
Trustee Stewart?
Yes.
And Chairman?
Yes. Call to order the regular meeting of the Clinton Industrial Authority. Consent agenda received, do I hear a motion?
I have a question about the consent
Yes.
agenda on this particular
Okay.
item. The minutes of February 2018 reflect a motion was made by us, by Councilman Rudolph, and seconded by myself, to approve, go down just a little bit, to approve the request by the Clinton Soccer Booster Club for the event grant of $5,000. That was the motion that was made. The claims have the Clinton Public Schools being the recipient of that grant. So I personally, I'm uncomfortable. One or the other needs to be amended. I mean, the grant was applied for by the Clinton Soccer Booster Club, and it was my understanding that that is who applied for the grant, and and our motion was for that to be given to the Booster Club. Whatever agreement this Booster Club and the school have
May I comment on that?
is beyond us.
The tax information that we get when we did this, Clinton Soccer, all the booster clubs that at the schools have to flow through the Clinton Public Schools. They don't allow the booster clubs to,
For tax purposes.
for tax purposes. It all goes through the Clinton Public Schools. So when we requested vendor information to make sure we paid it properly, it was sent to us with Clinton Public Schools' name, and then the check goes to them for the purpose of the Clinton Soccer Club. But the 1099, I mean, the W-9s, we got all say Clinton Public Schools. And we did the same thing on the basketball. When we did-
I noticed it on the basketball, but I didn't do it. I'm uncomfortable with that scenario. I think that the motion either needs to be made to provide the Clinton Public Schools the funds to host the soccer tournament, or the receipt of the funds should be to the Clinton Soccer Booster Club. Personally, I'm uncomfortable with this scenario, but if you guys want to approve the consent agenda without my approval, then you're more than welcome to do that.
Jason, my thought is that the Booster Club is just an arm of the Clinton Public Schools. It cannot function without, it is essentially the beneficiary, or the school is the beneficiary of the soccer Booster Club. So I would tell you that it's my opinion that it is in fact the same entity, whether or not it says school or the Booster Club.
They don't have separate accounts.
They do have separate accounts, but the city of Clinton has separate accounts for different funds as well.
Well, just like when the band boosters, when we did the concession stand and we had to buy pizza from a local pizza place to sell at the concession stand. I mean, we have a purchase order that we have to get from Clinton Public Schools to go make that purchase. So it's all flowing through the public schools. Each booster club is,
You are certainly entitled to vote the way that you want.
I just don't.
What I would tell you is that it's my opinion that it is the same entity, regardless of whether it says Clinton Soccer Booster Club or Clinton Public Schools, because the Clinton Soccer Booster Club does not subsist without the Clinton Public Schools.
And Clinton Public Schools have got to give the authority to the Booster Club to function.
Correct.
I mean, and even in this particular situation.
The
I mean, Boosters, they can't go rogue and
Clinton
do
Public
something.
Schools is a beneficiary, if you want to put it in trust concept, the Clinton Public Schools is a beneficiary of the Clinton Soccer Booster Club. So whether it's coming up or going back down, it's all the same.
Was there any way to amend the minutes to satisfy Jason? I mean, that,
Well, the motion was made this way.
And for future, for future grants, because that seems to, if that's the trend at that point, the basketball application did have Clinton Public Schools at the top. This one didn't have Clinton Public Schools on there. And if I remember correctly, even Superintendent Hines' name was on the application along with Chad Pugh as the director of the basketball tournament. But this was made to the Booster Club, and so I didn't know the relationship, and I'm uncomfortable, personally uncomfortable with the application being made without mention of Clinton Public Schools and then the payment being made to the public schools. But thank you for.
well, I mean, is there any way to?
Well, we really can't amend that. We'd have to go back and amend our motion to get.
Right, the motion's been made, and the payment's been made on the motion, so there's no real way to amend the motion. I suppose that if you wanted, you could add a note to the claim that it was paid on behalf of the Clinton Soccer Booster Club for the benefit of the Clinton Public Schools.
You guys do.
Well, I mean, I
The
think.
consent agenda, the consent agenda, you can change it, you can add language to it. is presented the way that it's presented for the ease of paying the bills. But you can make a motion
Well, on the
to approve
minutes.
the consent agenda with the.
We can amend that motion to say that that payment was made to the Clinton,
Public schools on behalf of the Clinton
Correct.
Soccer Booster Club.
Can we do that?
Absolutely.
Well, then just make that a motion then.
Can we do that right now?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, then, that's
Let's just
what I,
do
that was what my
Let's
point
just do
was
that.
to start.
Yeah,
okay.
all right, make that motion.
Well, I make a motion that we amend the minutes under item,
No, we're not amending the minutes.
Okay.
We're going to amend the consent agenda. You were going to move to approve the consent agenda with the amendment that the Clinton Public Schools was paid $5,000 on behalf of the Clinton Soccer Booster Club.
Yeah, we can't amend the minutes, but we can amend.
Amend the consent.
I'm in the consent agenda
Okay.
to include the language that the Clinton Public Schools was the recipient of the grant funds received on behalf of the Clinton Soccer Booster Club for $5,000 for a soccer tournament.
Then we can clean that up in the future.
No, I think that's just something I didn't, on the basketball tournament, I didn't see an issue because it had the schools
Up front.
listed on there, but this particular item,
It wasn't as clear.
no.
Okay, all right. Are you comfortable with that? You guys, is there a second on that?
Second.
No, okay.
Trustee Huebner?
Yes.
Trustee Rhoda?
Yes.
Trustee Stewart? And Chairman?
Yes. No, there's not. Okay. All right. Okay. So we've approved that, with that amendment, we approved the consent agenda? Okay. All right. One action item, consider to take action on tax incentive agreement with Tracy Spurley DBA, the Hub Diner LLC. Would you guys like to, is there anything you need to, I know we have a, this is a tax incentive agreement that our city has offered, how many years ago did we put this in?
It was approved in
2009.
2009.
2009. And Ms. Spurley's have asked to have applied for the tax incentive agreement, applying under new business. And it's an incentive for new businesses to operate in Clinton for up to 5 years, I think. Reapplication, is that right?
Yes,
But
reapplication.
and then this would be, that it's a reapplication every year though. It's not like, it's each year you have to reapply, is that correct?
Each year, they just have to notify the city clerk by May of every year that they want to continue that agreement for another year.
This defers some sales tax over a period of 5 years into Clinton and returns some of that sales tax back to you guys during the period of time that you make application. Do you have anything else to say other than the burgers aren't ready yet?
I'm working fast as I can.
We appreciate you doing this.
Oh, it's been fun.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I'd make a motion, we approve the incentive that requested.
Second that.
Trustee Rhoda?
Yes.
Trustee Stewart?
Yes.
Trustee Huebner?
Yes.
And Chairman?
Yes. All right, any other council comments in this particular area? Trustees? All right. Then do I hear a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second.
Trustee Huebner?
Yes.
Trustee Stewart?
Yes.
Trustee Rhoda?
Yes.
And Chairman?
Yes. Okay, we'll call to order the regular meeting of the Clinton City Council. You have received your consent agenda. Do I hear a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Councilman Huglen,
Yes.
Councilman Rodoff,
Yes.
Councilman Stewart, and Mayor.
Yes. All right, we've got a couple of action items. Consider and take action on bid for Highway 40 water line relocation. Lonnie Teal, are you going to handle the information on that?
Since he's not here.
Okay.
We took bids last week on the relocation of the water line on Cherry Boulevard. The engineer, Phil Burns, approved a little bit of it from Sloan Hickory Cattle Company. And we got recommendation back from him to accept the bid. But that's all been approved from the engineer.
That was the low bid.
Yeah, was a little bit. The next bid was $76,000 and some dollars, and the engineer's estimate was $79,000.
So it came under the estimate by 15,000.
Yes, sir.
Go down to the next page.
Oh, okay, good. There it is.
I move we approve the low bid from Long Hickory Cattle Company. We've dealt with them.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that. You got that in your council report, but I hadn't pulled this down. Here are the other bids. Go ahead, Don.
We've had dealings with Long Hickory on a number of water lines for the city of Clinton. They did the canoe.
Canoe, golf course.
They do good work.
Yes, they do good work.
My question was on that low bid, and looking at the high bids, leaving the next bid, $12,000. We're not gonna have any problem with any change orders, repair orders, or add-ons, things slip up in the middle of that?
It's 100% paid for by the state of Oklahoma. So, once the city elects to hire Long Hickory Cattle Company, basically, they will go to work, there will be a flow through the city, we'll pay Long Hickory, and the state will reimburse the city of Clinton for their portion for the work of Long Hickory. So any change orders, will come through my office, and they will be looked at and approved, and none of, the city won't really have anything other than Mr. Teal making sure that they put it in according to how the city is doing it.
But then we were the flow.
And myself on the state side.
We're the necessary flow through though for the state.
Yeah.
To do the bid process.
And I'm not quite sure how they're going to handle this in Utilities Division of Oklahoma City, because they kind of stated in new policy, they used to let us assign claims where there would be no money come from the city of Clinton to Long Hickory. When they would send an invoice in, they would assign it to Long Hickory, and the payment would be made to the contractor. But they're not doing that. They stopped doing that now. So when the agreement is made with the city of Clinton and the Oklahoma Department of Transportation, the funds will be dispersed to the city of Clinton. So,
And this is just one part of it. We have the engineer's cost in there too.
yes, yeah.
So there's other costs that total up to that.
Well, Long Hickory has really done good work for the city. I make a motion to approve them.
Okay, we got,
Little bit.
yes, sir.
Yeah, I can.
Yeah, second.
Yeah.
Councilman Rodoff,
Yes.
Councilman Stewart, Councilman Huglen,
I'll abstain.
and Mayor.
Yes. All right, final action item, consider nomination to trustees election for the Oklahoma Municipal Assurance Group Board of Trustees. Now, this is our insurance group, right? And they have a statewide board, and is it regional? Is it made up of different people representing different regions?
Different region, but
And we've been, okay, and we've been asked by the board of trustees if the city of Clinton would care to offer up a nominee for the board.
I nominate Jason.
Okay.
I so, sir.
And you would, sir. Second. Is that all right? Okay.
Councilman Rodoff,
Yes.
Councilman Stewart,
Yes.
Councilman Huglen,
Yes.
and Mayor.
Yes. All right. Any other comments by Councilman?
I do have a comment. I think coming into the first part of this year, I would like to see an agenda item added to the next meeting to evaluate the performance of the city manager. I think we were contractually, I think it's in its contract, it's an annual.
It's kind of past time.
Yeah, it's an annual evaluation, and I think the last time we did it was possibly in November, sometime of 15, maybe. I'm not quite sure if we did 16, excuse me.
Well, that'd be in line to be doing that anyway.
So I would ask for your permission to put an agenda item for a executive session to evaluate the city manager's performance.
Okay.
You need a motion, brother.
We need a motion. That's just part of the deal.
Well,
We don't,
it's
put it on the agenda.
It's not an agenda item, so we can't vote on it. But if you as the mayor determine that it needs to be on, or any three councilmen, then it can be placed as an agenda item.
But it needs to be in order for it to happen.
For the next councilman.
For the next council. I can do that. I'll do that. I'll just put it on there.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Anything else? Your motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
Councilman Huglen?
Yes.
Councilman Stewart?
Yes.
Councilman Rodoff?
Yes.
And Mayor?
Yes.